Heal everyone and welcome. Evening labs. Evening chat. Yay for friend caravans.
Well, it's Friday. It's 7 o'clock. It must be stream time, right? Hello everybody and welcome back to Conan Exiles. Hope you're all good, hope you're well. Welcome everybody on in once again. Another weekend of Conan Exiles, another weekend of mayhem and chaos and confusion probably, on my part certainly. And of course as tradition we'll start with the Battle Pass, Bazaar screen, so you can kind of see what's in the store at the time of this stream. Just ignore the cheering in the background. Those of you that know the game will already have guessed where I am with that sound. But yeah, I think someone's a bit too overexcited to be honest. So yes, how is everybody? Good to see you. Robert, good to see you. Crow, welcome on in. Hope you're both good. Ready for another 2 hours of hopefully fun, but probably chaos as well, as normal. But hey, let's see how we go, eh? So yes, here we go. So that is the Bazaar screen.
Hello.
Kathy Ann, hello, good to see you.
I've never had so much luck getting named friends, like I have the last few days.
Oh, nice. Well, yeah. I'm going to talk about the event that's back shortly. I thought we'll kind of explore it a little bit and kind of explain a bit what it's about for those who don't know, or if people do know, obviously it'll be a refresher. But yeah. So yeah, as you've already guessed by the items behind me, the Headhunter event is back once again. And of course we've got lots of these Khitan camps. Just ignore him over there. Camps all over the place. Again, we're at this one. Just over in Seppa Marie, when of course they are all scattered around the Exile lands and Isle of Sipta. And if you haven't seen my latest video about this event, do check that one out. It gives you all the locations on there as well for the Exile lands, where all these caravans are. Pretty interesting, shall we say. Pretty much the same setup as previously, but slightly different this time. And slightly different in the sense that if we go and talk to this guy over here,
How's you, buddy?
and then we click trade, as before we've got the same menu on the right hand side. Excuse me, where you can see it's the Mad Prophet armour. So you've got the very cheap basic version, and then the slightly dearer epic version. And there are various different schematics that we can learn, so you can actually learn to make those different armour sets as well, which is pretty good. All the different camps seem to have different weapons further down the list, and they all seem to be hardened steel. Now okay, granted for a new player these will be great, getting hardened steel weapons early on if you're not quite up to hardened steel yet, or you're just at hardened steel but haven't got enough to necessarily make some. You can certainly buy yourself a load of these, but the three, shall we say, intriguing ones are certainly the Misplaced Guardian.
I went grinding. I got nearly 3 stacks of friend coins saved up.
Nice. The hammer, there's a very interesting hammer, that one. Again, if you check out my recent little video on the event, you'll see there where we had a look at the hammer a little bit, and then also the new binding and new truncheon that we have, which you've got the tiger truncheon, as you can see there, and then the dead woman's tresses, which are a binding essentially for friend making, shall we say. Not too bad on the price range for those. The weapon, maybe a little expensive at 1,000, but yeah, okay, give or take, it's probably worth it by the time you farm quite a few of these sorcerers. But if you haven't already, I do definitely, and we haven't got it yet on here, but I do recommend if you can get a hold of the truncheon, but especially the Dead Woman's Tresses if you can get a hold of those, because those who know the game pretty well, the Bindings of the Dead, which are again a legendary...
Rock. That's all I bought other than the Varnir friend.
Right, yeah, because I'm going to say the Dead Woman's Tresses, the binding, if you compare that with the Bindings of the Dead, which have, and it's escaped me already how much durability they have, but they have a decent amount, those that will know them. However, now this could be a bug, bear in mind, or it could be intentional, but when you look at the Dead Woman's Tresses, those bindings, they are definitely worth buying. There we go, thank you. Thanks, Kathy. Yeah, if you buy these ones, these come out with 20,000 durability. So they're going to last you even longer than those. So they are definitely worth investing in. And then as usual, you've got your commander, and then your person that will sell you your supply material, and your friends as usual at all these camps. And the basin for handing your skulls in. This is also one of the schematics that you can learn. You can actually learn to craft this basin, and it actually comes with skulls in it as well. So just for those who would like to know, if you are around on Sunday, we're here again Sunday, 8 o'clock. And I'm actually going to have a look at these. We'll actually have a look at them in stream on my server, so you can see what it looks like with the skulls already placed in it. And also another schematic is the huge truck here, or caravan, whatever you want to call it. You can actually learn those without the cages. Obviously the cage is a separate recipe, but you can learn to make the steel cages, or hardened steel cages I think they are, and also the wagon. So if you're around Sunday, 8 o'clock, do pop in and we'll show them off to you. So with that being said, yeah, that's our supply person.
Wagon.
Yep, the friendship wagon, that's the one. And then this guy that sells us the combatants and the workers. I suppose we better try this out, hadn't we? We need to go find ourselves a sorcerer to hand in. Quite conveniently.
Certainly is Kevin.
Yep, the friendship wagon, absolutely. Now I know for a fact, and because I've checked as well to make sure they are still here, that if we go over here and we clamber up here like this, run past these guys here, and then our two alchemist friends there. If we look up here, just in that gap there between the buildings, if we jump up again, there should still be, and there is indeed, a sorcerer. I think we should say hello.
Did you see that?
Nice and easy. So now we haven't got those good bindings yet, so we're having to use Cess Truncheon and our regular old bindings, and we're going to sneak around here. Oh.
I came up with an entirely friendly story about the kitten traders, and why we bring them sorcerers.
Ah, go for it. Do share. That sounds very interesting. Do share if you would like to do. I'm sure we'd all like to hear that story. Certainly sounds like it would be interesting. Absolutely.
Yay! Woo-hoo!
So now we'll go up to the cage, pop them in, and there we go. A little bit of alchemical base, piece of food, bit of gold and silver, and of course our ancient obelisk, which is awesome. Now in testing I did notice, I don't know whether it's just with the look of the way I'd been doing it at the time or whether it's correct or not, but it didn't seem to matter now excuse me, what level sorcerer you put in the cage.
Mechamos needs sorcerer friends, but he can't get out to make friends, because he's just a head on a plate.
That's a very good way to put it, yeah. He needs to make sorcerer friends, he can't do it himself, so he needs friends to help him make those friends. Yeah, that's really good. That's actually very, very good. I like that. So yeah, previously in this event, depending on the level of sorcerer you brought, so a level 1, level 2, level 3, or a named person, the higher tier of sorcerer you put into the cage, the more better rewards you got. However, as you'll see in the video as well, what I was finding is it doesn't seem to now matter what level sorcerer you put in there. You'll still end up with the same amount of resources no matter what you put in there.
He sent the friend caravans out to collect them. They trade us special friendship coins. We can trade for special friends. Beaming face with smiling eyes, beaming face with smiling eyes.
Yeah, exactly. We're doing a job for him, so he's paying us by sending these people with goodies to reward us for helping him. Yeah, that's a really good way to put it. And I must admit, this is a fun event to do. I do remember doing this one when it originally came out. I used to think it was very fun. And obviously now, because things are a little bit more expensive, it's going to make you want to go out there more to go after more of those sorcerers, because if you want to buy the items or the recipes, you're going to need the obelisk to do it, aren't you? Or the obelisk, sorry, depending on how you pronounce it, the ancient obelisk. And you're going to need a lot of it. And there are definitely some interesting pieces in there, like I said, those 3 main feature pieces especially. Okay, hardened steel weapons really aren't much.
The event has been the most entertaining in my opinion. I enjoyed it yesterday.
Yeah.
I turned 3 live sorcerers and 3 skulls. Fun.
Oh,
I
yeah.
threw 5 stacks of friendship orbs to bring them sorcerer friends.
Yeah, exactly right.
Dennis.
Yeah. It's awesome, isn't it? Awesome fun. I remember when they first introduced it back in Age of Sorcery. I thought it was good fun then. And yeah, you're going to have to grind a little bit more if you want a bit more coin, because of the way things are a little bit more expensive. But I suppose if it was as cheap and easy as before, you'd soon get a few coins and have your good level people really early on, really easy again. And yes, it would still be easy early on, but you know, it's one of them. Does give you something to do at least, like you say, bit of fun, because all the camps are out and about again just as they were before. The only one I haven't found yet, if it still even has one, is the one that used to be on the edge of the big camp that's now the Almeria. I was wondering whether they've moved that caravan or not, or whether it's still there, because I couldn't just find it at the time. So I don't know whether with that camp, whether that one's gone, or whether it's in a different spot now. I couldn't actually see it when I went looking for it, which I thought was rather strange. Well, not strange, obviously it makes sense because of the event, the new PvE area, like the siege thing being there now. Kind of makes sense that it's not there, but also it's like, well, doesn't that mean there's a caravan missing? Unless I've just missed it. I did have quite a fly around on my server having a look for it, but couldn't seem to locate it. So if anybody else has seen it, do let me know. Be interesting to know if anybody else has actually seen it. Where am I going? I didn't want to jump down this way. Let's go back in again.
I'm glad the kittens are all just stationary NPCs now. Last time there were usually 2 or 3 that would aggro if I fought near the friendship.
Right, so yeah.
Hey
So
Yul, I'm escaping work early today, coming to hunt heads in the exiled lands with Yul.
Naughty, good to see you. Welcome on in. Escaping early, eh?
Waving hand monkey.
Well, yeah, it's definitely a fun little event, and it will give us something to do on our little run around as we're running around on our little playthrough, as we are doing. It'll give us a little bit of exploration and a bit more to do, won't it? There are lots of locations around the map, of course, where they are. All pretty much at the same locations as they were before. Just seems to be the type of hardened steel weapons that you get that will vary depending on which camp you're at, but
The boss is going to the lake. I'm gonna go play with my friends.
Oh dear. Yeah.
Sounds fair.
So it's good that we've got something interesting in the game again. A little bit disappointing, shall we say, that certain things still haven't yet been fixed.
Good trade-off.
But, you know, it's one of them. I know it's making it very difficult at the moment on Isle of Sipta for us. A lot of us
need food and drink.
Oh, drink.
Fish do unspeakable things in lakes. I prefer the pool.
And food, thank you. Yeah, it's unfortunately with the Isle of Sipta, a lot of us are having trouble at the minute when we're logging in. We're either not being able to log in or getting into the server and then just freezing after a while, or I don't know what's going on with it. A lot of it seems to have all stemmed from a mixture of the updates from Funcom and some work that G-Portal are doing on their servers, it seems to be, and then Sony thrown in the mix as well. It's definitely fun times at the moment. Fortunately, the single player seems to be holding out alright. We get a little bit of lag, yeah, of course we do, but nothing is major. And as far as I know, with regards to the Sinking Through Foundations issue, that still hasn't been resolved as yet. On the Exile lands, on the online servers, still seems to be a problem, unfortunately.
Too many cooks.
Yeah, too many cooks, yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, I haven't changed her outfit yet, but we got, as you remember, I told you about Miss Leah Neely last week. She was still in her regular gear. Just for those who are interested, she's now wearing my regular setup that all of my followers use. With the bulk plating, of course, it's not been styled yet, so she looks a bit of a mash-up at the minute. Hence why I like the illusion system, that at least we can give them an outfit, because yes, it doesn't look too crazy. It could be worse, but just with the various different things, like you got the Godbreaker for the hands, the Void Forge for the chest, and the Redeemed Legion head. Obviously the legs and feet match because they're from the Pictish War Chief, but she needs to have that styled up into an outfit yet. Naturally I'm going to go for earrings for a headpiece, but haven't quite decided on the rest as yet, just before streams, although I'll leave it as it is. And not only that, it means it gives me a chance to show you guys kind of what the non-illusioned version of the setup kind of looks like. And we don't really have a good weapon for her as yet, but we will take our good old friend Dylan's here.
Down but not out is a nice feature. Too bad my friends can't revive me as well. Green Dragon killed me twice this morning.
Oh gosh. Twice? That's not good. Yeah, that's definitely not good. But yeah, it's kind of feels like they've taken a little bit of a thing from Epic Games there, doesn't it? Anybody who knows Fortnite, of course, the Battle Royale game. Feels like they've taken a bit from that, the way they're... yeah, you don't have to hold the button to pick them up, but it's the same sort of principle. Bear in mind with that, you've got to be very careful as well, that if they get knocked 3 times within 15 minutes, and it happens again, that will be it, they will be dead. They'll be dead. So you won't be able to pick them up at all. And if you're pretty good at the game and you know what you're doing, that in theory, realistically speaking, your friend shouldn't be getting knocked in the first place. Although, yes, it can.
I wasn't using epic armor. I was asking for trouble by trying to participate in the fight.
Ah, right. So it's kind of your own fault a little bit then. Because you weren't wearing epic gear. Hey, but, you know, don't blame you for trying. It's all about setting yourself a bit of a challenge sometimes, isn't it? You just forget, don't you, sometimes when you don't have that good armour on, just how hard these enemies hit, some of them, especially the dragons. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, how's everybody's week been? Apart from the stresses and strains of the game, how's everybody's week been for them? Hope you've had a good one, apart from that. Alright, Dylan's here. I'll get them. Don't they make you do all the work, you poor girl? Alright, where am I going? No, not that way. I was going the right way the first time. Excuse me.
The Red Mother went up against my snake friend. He killed her solo at level 14.
Nice. Flippin' heck. That's pretty good going, that is. Not even level 15, so I not even got the second perk yet. But to do that and only be level 14, that's pretty good going. I'm sure you're quite impressed with that. I would be. Right. Oh. Thank you, Dylan. So she's on form so far
I'm just
tonight.
listening while I'm at work doing a 21-day stretch. She just kept roaring at a wall the whole time.
Ah. Oh, fair enough. Must sort out for Sunday as well, somebody to be the loot goblin, we were saying, weren't we? Just hadn't got round to it this week. It's just been one of those weeks. I was intended to have it sorted, but then we just didn't get round to it. So I'll have to hopefully get that sorted so that I don't have to worry about picking too much loot up then. There's a little...
when dragons go dub, they dub hard.
The little loot goblin can carry it all for me. Oh yeah, they do. Yeah, definitely. When the dragons go a bit dodgy, they definitely do go a bit dodgy. Absolutely. No. Can you get in, please? And dead. Right. Fragment of power. Take those. Yeah, not bothered about the rest of that. It's not really anything we need anyway. Yeah, hope everybody's had a good week apart from that and you're ready for the weekend. What's everybody's plans for the weekend? Have you got anything exciting or a nice quiet weekend? Or always interesting to see what people are going to be up to for the weekend.
Lots of Conan. Don't know yet.
Lots of Conan, eh? Don't know yet. Yeah. It's one of them, innit? Sometimes you don't know what to do and just think, what do I do?
And then more Conan.
That is true. Same again as per the schedule. So far it will be this one tonight and then one more on Sunday at 8 o'clock. And then we're back to just our usual Fridays because hopefully Angar shall be back with us doing his usual Sunday streams. So we'll be back to the normal duo of chaos, shall we say. Where you get me on the Friday and Angar on a Sunday. Whereas at the minute this weekend again I'm afraid you're stuck with me, so... So this is what I don't like about the skeletons.
How do you like the great axe? Started using it and I really like it.
I don't really know. Great axes and sort of hammers, I'm not really one for them. Typically the only two-handed weapon I'll tend to use is if I do, is the what's it called, katana with my agility build, but otherwise I'm typically go with a one-handed axe. So you've got Axe of the Lion, Glimmer Moon,
Scotland 1 v Switzerland 1. Just Hungary to go on 23 RD.
the Axe of the Gate Guardian, which is what we're using now. It's one of my favourites as well, quite easy to get hold of. Oh well, that's going quite well for them then. They're a bit of a better do than they were then, Scotland, don't they? So that's good. I'm sure when he gets back he'll fill us all in all about it. Tell us all about it and what's going on, I'm sure.
Definitely more positive.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Whoa, hello. See? How is it undead skeletons can be so quick and accurate with a short sword, but you give it to a human follower and they haven't got a clue. How does that work out? Craziness. That's what it is, craziness. Right, you stay there a moment. Delencia, you come with me. So what does everybody think of the direction of the way that Funcom are talking about going with Conan, like with doing away with the battle pass for one thing and giving us
For a happy Angar.
potentially 2 big updates a year and then little mini updates in between? What does everybody think about the direction they've chosen to go with it? Do you think it's a good choice, or do you think it's unusual, or... What do we reckon? I'm a bit 50-50 on it, shall we say. It's like, okay, if that's what they want to do structurally going forward, okay, fine. You know your game at best kind of thing. At the end of the day, you do what's right, but then there is that little bit of me that also thinks, well, why are you already taking away something that you've only just practically added, like, a couple of chapters ago? You tried it for a couple of chapters, or 2 or 3 chapters, and then taking it away again. What's wrong with it? Why is the battle pass not working? I just don't understand the logic of where they're going with it.
I'm gonna miss the battle pass. But I figure they aren't making much money off it.
They mustn't be then. Yeah, if it's not making money for them, then that makes sense, doesn't it?
I'm happier they are sorting out the updates. Gonna miss the battle pass as long as they lower the prices in the bazaar. Hi Sneb.
Yeah, exactly. Sneb, good to see you. Welcome on in.
Numbers always spike massively when a new chapter/season is added. Now we only get 2. Will the players be back?
Well, that's what you got to think, isn't it? It does make you wonder that. Will it bring people back again because they're taking that away? And because let's face it, while things aren't working, they are losing players on all platforms because it is becoming unplayable. So yeah, you've got to ask that question, haven't you? By going the way they're going, will that bring people back again? Is that enough to bring people back again? Because it is frustrating, not just because, you know, this game made my channel.
If a player only has to buy it once, they can't keep profiting from it.
No.
You only pay money for the first battle pass, and then you get the rest free, as long as you complete the pass.
Yeah, exactly. You know, not only did this game make my channel and is helping me grow my channel, it's also my favourite game as well. So of course we want to see it succeed, we don't want to see it fail. But it just gets very difficult, we say it every week, don't we, to understand where they're going with things and why they're doing what they're doing. I just don't know.
What's your opinion on Dune?
What's my opinion on
I
Dune?
think the slowing down the updates will be better, and give a chance to correct bugs.
Yeah, sorry, just on the subject of the bugs in the game. Yes, that's how I kind of look at it with it, that if they're going to have a couple of big content updates here and then every month or couple of months, a miniature patch, shall we call, or hot fix which fixes bugs, then yeah, if that works, then absolutely that's the way to go forward, rather than every 3 months keep beginning as a new chapter with new stuff, but then there's loads of bugs and issues with it. Absolutely, then yeah, do that by all means. If it means that things that are broken, like falling through foundations or people not being able to get onto the Isle of Sipta because of keep freezing or whatever, or just can't even load up the game, especially people that I know here in chat that can't even get on it and can't even load it up sometimes, which just isn't right and isn't fair, obviously. But yeah, if that new structure going forward actually,
fingers crossed they can make it work.
As the paint company Ronsil say, it does exactly what it says on the tin, to quote a phrase that somebody would say. If it does what they say it's going to do, then great, that's the way to go forward. If it stops all these issues happening, or if an issue happens, it only takes a few weeks or so, or hopefully even a week, to get it resolved and get people on again. Yeah, absolutely. But to, you know, keep it going the way they're doing with the updates and have it not getting fixed isn't good.
Stupid helm.
Yeah. Helmet again.
I think they are just moving around manpower to concentrate on the new Dune game. I think they are just moving around manpower to concentrate on the new Dune game.
Yeah, see, I don't know. It's I think that as well sometimes, but then when you hear responses from people or you see like dev blogs and stuff like that, they keep telling us that they're not moving anybody to concentrate on the new game. It's a whole entire different team that's working on June. So it's like, what do you believe? You know, is it a new team working, a whole different team working on June, so they're focusing on that, so this team can keep focusing on this, or is it? Are they moving people from here? But then I look at it this way. To be taking the game forward from here, I would say they've got to be obviously having a separate team on it, because otherwise, if it was people from Conan working on June as well, how could they bring in this new structure that they're on about bringing in?
Apparently they have a dedicated Dune team, in a different location to the Conan team.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Yeah, I've heard that as well and seen that. It's a totally different team in a different location. But sorry, coming back to your question on that what do I think? What do I think of Dune, or what's my impressions on it? I certainly think it's a very intriguing game. It looks very, very interesting. And certainly does look like something that if it's going to be out on console as well, not just PC, certainly something that is piquing my interest a little bit. Not just because it's a survival game, but because it's got the whole bit of combat involved with it, exploration. It's a bit of a mixture of all of my type of games that I like rolled into one. So you've got like the bit of exploration, which is like the Tomb Raider side of things, because I'm a big fan of Tomb Raider, which we are supposed to be getting the new Tomb Raider game in the not too distant future. Then you've got the survival aspect of it, so like Conan. But then you've also got a bit of the, again, combat from Conan and other things like that. And if you've seen some of the recent YouTube videos, like live streams that they've done, the different devs and things, there's different people been chatting with the host and how they've been saying that a lot of the aspects of like the building aspect and certain other features that they had in Conan, they've also kind of taken an idea to that from. Sorry, come on Dylan, so you're going to hit him or are you going to let him just keep hitting you?
I've always been a big fan of Dune.
Yeah, it looks really, really good, doesn't it? They've taken a lot of different aspects from different games and obviously implemented or are implementing them into this, and it's certainly, for what we've seen so far, looks very, very interesting. An interesting start, how you've got to survive the desert and this great big worm or whatever it is at first before you even get into the base of the game. Great that it's going to be multiplayer, you know, lots of servers with being able to host and lots of different players and big numbers and what have you. Really, really cool. That looks really, really interesting. So at least we know it's going to be able to handle what's going on. So yeah, it definitely looks a very intriguing game. And if it is on console, as I say, certainly something I would definitely be potentially looking into. Absolutely. Dune Awakening. It sounds very, very interesting. Whoa! But remains to be seen yet whether it's just PC at first or whether it is console as well. Because I don't think we actually know properly yet. You can't have been the boss because you had... Where was he? Was that him? Oh no, there you are. Fragment of power. Yeah. So it's
watching the old movie. I read the entire original Dune series, and I played the crap out of Dune 2000 on PS1. I want it for Xbox.
Nice. Well, yeah. Let's hope then that it does come out on Xbox and PC. You know, Xbox, PlayStation, PC, all platforms. Hopefully, that would be really cool, wouldn't it? That would actually be really good if it did. But yeah, that definitely looks an intriguing game, absolutely. Right, let's get ourselves up here. Trying to just get away from all these skellies and everything now. And of course, as you run up here, you run into more of them. And yes, I know I'm leaving Lindsay behind a little bit, but I know she can handle herself, that's why. I know she's perfectly fine. Because that girl can take care of business, I tell you. She knows exactly what she's doing. Alright, where are we going here? Yeah. Problem is, while Valencia's down there taking care of business, I've got people attacking me and the horse up here. Oh, there she is. Just, see, that's what I mean. I don't know why, but I just really, it's always bugged me with the skeletons. It's just always, I don't know. And I know it shouldn't do, I know it's part of the game and everything, but it's just always ground my gears a little bit, that one, that they're just so relentless like that, and it's like, just chill out. You know, because even a human...
I like giving my adventuring friends a 40-meter attack radius. I just loot the bodies as I follow them.
Yeah, that's true. Just because they just don't stop. Just when they just swing constant. I can hear him now, even though I'm not looking. It just really irritates me that the way they're just so constant. Even a human doesn't attack as constant as that. Yeah, it's one of them. Right, so we're gonna head over that way. I know it seems silly, you know, that why would something like that bug you that much, but I don't know, it just has for some reason. Right, where am I? Lost myself on the map now as well. There we are. Right, we're going to be going that way.
I let my snake kill everyone on the south side of Sepamura out of boredom. I named him Set Happens.
I like it. I like it. Very good. Yeah, why not? If you need something to do. Why not, for a bit of fun, just let your snake go crazy on people.
Rolling on the floor laughing, rolling on the floor laughing.
Yeah, exactly. Good one, that, isn't it? Oh. No, not pick up grass. Tell Lindsay to go get them. I walked right in the middle of two of them. There we go. Hey, she can take it. Alright, now I want to be going up this river this way a little bit and then across. So we're going to follow this river for a minute. We'll head off.
In a high-pitched voice, help Emmy. I only like to give fun names to friends. It makes me laugh while I play.
Oh, absolutely. Well, that's the whole point of it, isn't it? If it makes you happy and makes you laugh, then that's what matters. Right? Gotta be what matters, surely. You know, there's lots of ways to do it, isn't there? You can leave them with the name they were given in game, or you can give them a cool name or a funny name, or, you know, name them after characters from a TV series, or your favourite comics, or your favourite cartoon series. You know, that's what it's all about. You know, again, it's a open world sandbox game. You play it the way you want to play it. You know. There's no set rule. You play the game the way you want to play it. If you want to give your characters crazy names, give them crazy names. If you want to give them fun names, give them fun names.
Master named Leo the Monster. Characters from my book.
Yeah, exactly, Kathy. Like the characters from your book. Leo the Monster. I've heard of him, and I've seen him to look at him from sort of an admin perspective, just to look at his stats and see what he's like, and well, not his stats and whatever, but obviously see what he comes as a crafter, what his speciality is, kind of thing, as a named taskmaster as he is. And I don't know if it's him that we're thinking of, or it could be a different one, but there is also, and I can't remember the exact spot, but in one of these huts on this side, where you've got the undead skeletons, there is that might even be him that I'm thinking of, in one of these, a guaranteed spawn for a named tier 4 taskmaster. That might be Leo, is it, or is that somebody else I'm thinking of? But I know there is a guaranteed spawn there for a taskmaster. A little bit trickier to get to.
Friendship orbs to take down, and he was stationary. I got him at Westwell Prison.
Oh, you got him at the prison. Nice. Very nice. Yeah, that definitely makes that prison a lot easier now, doesn't it, to deal with? Now you've got the friendship orbs, rather than just having to try and knock out one person and the whole prison starts fighting you. You can do it almost in secret now. Lob a couple of them down and jobs are good. And yeah, definitely makes life a lot easier. That was a really cool feature, bringing those purple lotus orbs in. Definitely. They've been lots of fun, they have. Right. Oh, we're getting chased by hyenas, I can hear them behind me. Get out of it.
If they came in arrow form, it would break the game.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Make it fun though, wouldn't it? Knockout gas arrows, yeah. Can you imagine? How much fun would that be?
A feast.
Awesome.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, we're doing the same thing, are we, dude? Standing here with our shields up. Yeah, okay. Well, you ain't gonna survive against Valencia with your barely no armour on. And I don't know what you're on about, dude. Man flesh, when it's clearly clearly both females, as you can quite clearly see. He's obviously been in the sun too much. He thinks these two characters are both males, obviously. Because he said man flesh. Right. Not going to stay in here too long, because obviously with this noise it will drive you crazy otherwise. With the drums. course there is a book.
A shield in front is no defense against a mace to the back of your skull.
No, exactly. Absolutely not.
He doesn't get out much.
He don't get out much. Yeah, he probably doesn't. Yeah. To be fair, he probably doesn't.
Maybe he should have yelled Specsavers instead.
Yeah, he should have done. He should have gone to Specsavers, yeah. Man flesh when we are clearly both females. But yeah. I know. Of course, here comes our sorcerer. Pouch, and we'll take your skull, so that is one. So for anybody who doesn't know, obviously they're on that little sacrificial stone just over there. Then there should be one up here with the brute. Yeah, quick and easy as that. Another skull. The pouch. So they're just here usually. That one that ran at us, they usually stood here.
Unless this game is equal opportunities, and then he may be gender confused.
4 crom when you're a Defari? Really?
Y'all will have your soul.
No disrespect to anyone.
If he's going to shout for being 4 crom when he's a being Defari, you better not let Yog hear him. I don't think Yog will be very impressed.
I see prey.
He's shouting 4 crom. This is when you realise how good your follower
I
is.
collected about 3 skulls. I use set happens on passive and send him into a camp. Then throw a friend orb at the group.
Nice. Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, if that works, that's what's...
Rob will have him for breakfast.
Oh yeah, he absolutely will. Yeah, I say it every week, I'll say it again. Delancey is definitely my favourite. Can't deny it. Wouldn't trade her in for anybody, not even the Sumerian Berserker. Although they are really good, I still wouldn't trade her in. Has that pulled these guys? Yep.
I used to run a pair of cannibal brutes with momentums, and plus strength damage heavy armor.
Yeah.
I think they once killed the Red Mother in 7 seconds.
Oh, I can believe it. I can believe that easily. Back in Age of Sorcery, when the Cannibal Brutes had the ridiculous strength damage modifier, yeah, they were pretty much just destroying everything, weren't they? They were super duper strong. Don't need those, so I'll just drop them for now. But yeah, I had a setup where I had 2 running, or a lot of the time I'd run with 1 with the well trained perk, and again just with my setup the way I had it done, and I had some follower boosting
I should try my
armour.
method on a berserker. I think my snake can tank one long enough to gas.
I had them as well trained. I was wearing, I think it's Hycorian or Hikarian Raider heavy armour, which is follower damage boosting armour, and then using food and potions to buff their damage as well. And she was just, I think, following me, she had over 6k health and 120 plus strength damage bonus. Can't remember exactly, about 124, 125, maybe have even been higher than that at times. So it's just, yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy how strong they were, but also crazy fun. You know, to think that a Cannibal Brute that were really squishy and dingy at first, but you could level up to a decent amount of health if you put them in good heavy armour. They could pretty much take on anything, just like Delencia. They were insane.
Lads, drink time.
Oh, thank you. It is indeed. And we'll munch some food as well while we're there. Yeah, don't you even think about it. So while we're on the subject of food and drink, what's everybody had or having for their dinner, shall we call it? Or tea, as we tend to call it in the UK a lot of the time. Which is our evening meal, if you will. What's everybody having today? We're having homemade lasagna with garlic flatbread after the stream, so I'm quite hungry now, even though I'm talking about food as well. I'm looking forward to it. It's always interesting to hear what everybody else is having. So do share if you would like to. Do let us know what you're having. I'm always intrigued to hear what different things people are partaking in, shall we say.
Jacket potato.
Oh, jacket potato. We had jacket potato for dinner. Well, for lunch, sorry. Yeah. Jacket potato with cheese and beans.
I'm thinking of hot ham and cheese on toast.
Ooh. That sounds nice.
I have tuna mayo and cheese.
Tuna mayo. Yeah, you can't go wrong. Can't go wrong.
Rob and the boys had cheese and beans.
Oh, of course. Why am I not surprised? Why am I not surprised? Oh. Sandstorm coming in. Gonna pop our mask on. Why am I not surprised they had cheese and beans?
Prey comes to us.
Does it? Not anymore, it doesn't. Of course, this is another location, so if you've been killing the sorcerers in the summoning place, or you've come over here, there is some more Pythagoras stand as well that you can take out. Just up the way there.
I'm weird. I like sliced mozzarella on my sandwiches, even bologna ones. I usually have tuna mayo with gherkin, red onion and green pepper mixed in.
That's not weird. If that's what you like, that sounds very nice. And I've had cheese sandwiches before with a little bit of mayo. Mayo on it as well. And that can be quite interesting. But yeah, nothing wrong with that. Absolutely not.
Prey comes to us.
And of course, as soon as he shoots, off goes Delencia to deal with him. So then in this camp,
Prey comes to us.
here he comes. Yeah, that pathetic wooden shield ain't gonna save you, my friend.
Dang. I'm craving a grilled cheese now. Weary face.
Oh, I know, right? Spoken about food, and that's just making me even more
I just feel like mozzarella is relegated strictly to Italian foods.
hungry, ready for my lasagna now. No, it's not. I think it's that at all. If that's what you like. Tell you what is another really nice cheese on a sandwich, old Philadelphia. Yeah. Can't go wrong with a bit of Philadelphia. Philadelphia cheese. Not had any of that for a long time. So this is Thugger's stand.
Mozzarella makes a fat grilled cheese, with fresh tomato and fresh basil.
Ooh. And of course the NPC you can see just stood out there all on his own is of course Thugger, so you could quite easily come into this camp, kill all of these guys and then go after him. Pull him away from the edge a little bit though, because if you knock him off the edge you may fall through the world, or you may lose him if he goes down below. So you kind of want to bring him in a little bit further if you're going to try and tame him. He is another okay or pretty decent
with green pesto grilled cheese.
early level NPC. So if you wanted somebody early game, he's pretty good fun.
Yeah, kick him off.
There you go. I don't think he's dead though.
American football and punt him off the cliff.
I've just heard him down below, so I think he's still alive. But he didn't see that coming, did he? Kick straight in the butt. Boop! Off he went. Now he could be hanging about alive. Oh, hello. Yeah, there he is. Dead off one hit.
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks, lads.
Oh, no problem. Just for you guys. You guys asked for it, so there we go. I like to deliver.
That made my day.
That's good. Good. Glad to hear it.
That made my day more than swimming after mowing the lawn earlier.
Oh, blimey. Well, if it's made people's day and made people happy, then so be it. It's the fun thing with this game. You can, of course, if you get the new hammer from here as well, some pretty decent damage numbers on it. Like I say, if you're around on Sunday, do pop into the stream 8 o'clock. We'll have a look at some of the weapons and show you what they're all about. Kind of talk about them in a bit more detail. I did have a video out briefly looking at them, because it has some decent damage.
That was just poetic justice for him being a bad guy.
As the basic damage, and then if you put a master weapon fitting on it, the damage goes up again, and it's pretty good, shall we say. I did, however, find with the Dead Woman's Tresses that you cannot put a reinforcement kit on them. Again, whether that's a bug or whether that's intentional because it's already got 20,000 durability, I don't know. But yeah, I couldn't put a reinforcement kit on the Dead Woman's Tresses, so just bear that one in mind.
Now it's Fugra's face plant.
So of course when you get your skulls, you come and hand them in like that, and again we get a nice little top up on all our ancient obelisks and other bits and pieces that we've got, so that's pretty cool. Let's have a look, how much have we got? A little bit. We're getting a nice start on it. We need to get quite a bit more yet, so we'd have to explore a fair old distance to get plenty of it. Here again, all your camp locations. You've got one here at Togra's stand. The one up next to the Black Galleon that was there previously is there again. You've got one right about here, I think it is, where all the rock donkeys are. Sepp and Maru we've seen. This one down here at Skulker's End, so we might make our way down there actually. When I can get my bearings again and remember which way we're actually supposed to be going. Me and my good old sense of direction. Hopeless I am, chat. Hopeless. Good job I have you guys to keep me in check and show me the right way. Because I can look at that map and say, oh yeah, I need to go that way, and then start running the complete opposite way, as you've all seen previously. But hey, it's all good fun. Why not, right?
I'm glad we get silver coins as well. I'm buying tons of glass orbs, since harvesting crystal is a mind-numbing chore now.
Yeah, I don't understand why they changed that. I really don't understand why they made that a thing, that mining the crystal is just so tricky to do now. One way around it is if you do your sorcery at all, or if you've done your sorcery, if you have the mass coal spell, if you go to, is it Hanneman's Grotto? Down just off the river there near the spawn area, where you can go and hand in the hearts. If you do the mass coal spell in there, you can actually get quite a decent amount of crystal. There's one of the folks in chat has tried that on our server. Yes, we do have
Cave has crystal.
harvesting rates boosted a little bit, but that can be quite a good cave to go and farm in. Don't think I've got it on the map here. It's around about this area somewhere. Yeah, you want to go in there and try the mass coal spell, and that does actually get quite a decent amount of crystal. As I say, one of the good folks in chat, they'd tried it on our server and we're getting quite a decent amount of crystal, which is pretty good and pretty useful, just by using that spell, because obviously, as you say, the normal, regular old way just isn't quite as good now. Oh, hello. That's worth a try if you haven't tried that already.
Hey, how's it going, guys and gals? I think he walked away with about 12,000 crystal. Hi, Angelo.
Angelo, good to see you. Welcome on in. Hope you're good. It's nice to see you. How's it going? It's going alright so far. I haven't got lost yet, but there's time. There's time yet.
Hey Kathy, and how's it going?
You guys know what I'm like. But yeah, great to see you. Hope you're keeping well.
Speaking of harvesting amounts, which tools get the most?
When you say which tools get the most, are you talking just kind of in general? Like which tools get the most from anything, whether it's iron, coal, star metal, etc.
Thanks, Han. How's you and the gremlin?
You mean just in general, what are the best tools? Because if you mean in general, then if you can get yourself the black blood tools, which I don't believe we can get from these vendors this time, but you do have a chance of getting them dropping one at a time from one of the bosses in the Jill caves up here. Other than those, I completely missed. Then the black blood tools are really good. Or if you play on,
Doing well, lads, hope you're well. So we figured out why our base on Sictor is crashy.
the black blood tools are the best highest, but then if you can't get hold of those, or you can't get hold of all those straight away, then naturally star metal are the next best ones, and then below those obviously hardened steel, because if you want to harvest star metal, for example, then hardened steel is the highest level or lowest level you can go down to be able to farm it. Otherwise anything lower than that won't harvest star metal. But personally, in my opinion, if you can make star metal tools and pop the tool upgrade kit on them, then obviously they'll last a bit longer. So mid sort of game, hardened steel, and then when you can do Black ice aren't too bad, but again you've got to go to a specific place to craft them. But of easy craftable ones would be hardened steel, and then star metal if you've got enough star metal at your base that you can craft it yourself. Would be kind of the ones I would go for, really. With an advanced tool upgrade kit on them.
We are right smack in the middle of two different biomes, so the graphics around the base are constantly shifting.
Ah, I think that's something we've been having on our SIPT server, Angela. I think that's something we've been finding, where people can't load in or constantly keep freezing. That certainly sounds like that could be right. Don't know if that's the same issue that we're having, but it's certainly something we can now look at, and that certainly makes sense that that could be causing it. Absolutely.
Yeah, so remember, keep to one biome on sector when building. Lads, we have a large camp, pretty close with the animals right outside. Thinking face.
Yeah, we've got where we are we're on the beach area, right on the southwest corner of the main map, not the lower island, the main island. And we've got a pretty biggish build in the middle that's got all the crafting stuff in it, and then everybody's built their own base kind of around it, different shapes and sizes, obviously.
Make you go HMMMN.
Yeah, exactly. Just as Monkey would say, things that make you go, exactly. Definitely does make you think, doesn't it?
Well, we won't need a fluid press. Face with tears of joy.
That's true.
I did figure out a good run on Sipta for this event. Managed to buy everything from the vendor that was new, including the recipes.
Nice. Nice.
Slave Wayne is awesome, lol.
Oh yeah, the wagon. Yes,
it is that big ass crafting building. I only crash when inside there. May need to make several small workshops. Bright hand yellow nails.
Yeah, I think that probably is what we're going to have to do. Obviously, we need to speak to the person who first designed it and came up with the idea and make sure they're okay with us doing that. But if that's the only way to resolve the issue, I mean, you could do them as little builds back to back in that same space kind of thing, so that they kind of link up with the little shop that we've got. Or even try just reducing the size of the building at first, lower the height a little bit, and then just reduce the width of it.
Move them slightly away from the houses. Of course, group meeting.
Yeah, it's... don't know. It's hard to know exactly what it is that's causing it, isn't it? It's something we'll have to look into. See what we can do with it. Because obviously we don't want to just tear that down and rebuild it at first until we've spoken to the person that built it and had the idea for it, because obviously it's not fair to just take down their build without checking with them first. Really?
We need to have a big discussion about all possible options available. To be fair, our main base ATM is our clan. Leeds Castle, the main workshop, my friend factory, and our sorcery tower. Everyone else kinda moved though.
Yeah, exactly. We need to have a chat about it, try and get everybody together at some point when we can all be on, that need to be involved, and see what's what, see if we can figure it out. I'm sure between us we'll all work it out and figure out what's going on and get something sorted, hopefully.
Absolutely, Kathy, and any excuse to hang out with you. Low, like I need an excuse.
That's true, Monkey. Like you need an excuse. Yeah.
Or admin spawn a rock slide into the area and see what survives.
Yeah, I don't think that's an option somehow. Don't want to lose all our people that we've all worked hard to level up. Yeah. Yeah, it's all
Chaos.
it's all fun and games at the minute. We'll get there though. We'll figure it out. And of course, this is another caravan. And yeah, as you were just saying, this Kitan Swain, which is this big trailer, cart, whatever you want to call it, you can craft these as well. And you can also craft the hardened steel cages as well. And yeah, it's pretty interesting. Don't have any more to hand in yet, nope. Right, let's go see.
It's all fun and games till someone with admin powers drops 5 arena champions on you at once. Low.
Yeah, that is very, very true. I should imagine it is. 5 arena champions, blimey, I would have thought 3 would be bad enough, but to drop 5 on
too
it.
much methinks thinking face. Safety cages to keep friends from getting lost or hurt.
Yeah. You will what? I don't think you'll do anything, my friend.
My clan leader did the cause I asked for a challenge when we did our big PvP/the event.
Nice. Yeah, we have some events on the Exiles server sometimes as well, which is pretty fun. Pretty interesting to do, and people seem to enjoy them. So we have an arena that can be PvP orientated as well, which people seem to enjoy.
I reminded him I wanted a challenge not to be in a snuff film.
Yeah, he reminded you what a challenge, and then he dropped 5 arena champions on you. That's definitely a challenge, isn't it?
Your heart will beat beyond. Take me.
That's definitely a challenge. You ask for a challenge and then you get that dropped on you. Oh dear me.
Enjoy your breakfast tomorrow, monkey.
Oh yes, you're going for the breakfast hopefully, aren't you? The big full English. Wish I was a fly on the wall to see it, I tell you. You'll enjoy it, trust me. What was it you said when they said they'll ask you what you're there for? You'll just say,
I've seen there are no fighters at the caravans. It makes things easier yet less exciting. What do y'all think?
Troy, good to see you.
Hi, Troy.
Welcome. Yeah, I think that's interesting. It's surprising that they've not put the fighters on there this time. But then I suppose, yeah, what did they do apart from just defend the caravan from the random NPCs that were in the area? But if they were too close to NPC camps, sometimes they just start fighting.
Tomorrow's zany face.
But yeah, I think it's a good idea that they've... I say good idea, I mean, I never really noticed at first, to be honest, and then, yeah, when you say...
there aren't any fighter. Lab's food time.
It is good that they're not there now.
Rolling on the floor laughing monkey.
Thank you. Food time, thanks Cathy. Right. Yeah, been a big food coma after that. Just wait till you can come over to the UK.
I'm a big fan of the new armor. It's simple but very cool. The one at Skulker's End was a mess when a fight would break out. I'm glad to be rid of them. Too temperamental to work in the friendship industry. Yet had to fight to get the sorcerers. Don't want to fight to drop them off. I guess I have 1,200 cc to spend at the store. Bro, my horse won't run anymore. Is there a horse problem? I have 3 and not one runs low.
Not that I'm aware there's a problem with the horses is. Good, mine seems to be alright. This is a single player PvE game. And it seems to be running fine on here. It all depends again though, what platform you're on. I'm on PlayStation 5 and obviously my horse seems to be going fine.
Hi William.
And I haven't noticed it anywhere else, William. Unless you're on PC or Xbox, then I don't know. It could be an issue, but it's not one that I'm aware. Excuse me, certainly not one that I'm aware of.
I never understood why the fighters would side with the enemies. Didn't make much sense. Horse won't run if you have too much stuff.
Yeah, that is very true if you are over encumbered.
I'm on PS5 PvP. Used to run but now I can't get any horse to run low, kind of annoying low.
Ah, PS5 PvP.
I've heard other people complaining about horses not running. Not had it myself though.
Yeah, I haven't had that one, and especially I don't play PvP, so this is obviously a...
I will be after a full English breakfast, grinning, squinting face, rolling on
PvE single player game. I don't actually play PvP, so I don't know.
PS4 and my horse runs fine.
Yeah. So I've not...
Thanks for the people saying they heard of it though.
Excuse the expression. I've not run into that issue. But sure, if it is a problem, hopefully they're aware, Funcom are aware of it, and it is something that will be fixed soon, hopefully. As I say, I'm not a PvP player myself, so I wasn't aware of that one. So I hope you get it fixed soon.
You make sure you have allotted time for your food coma when you get home, monkey.
Oh yeah, absolutely, you will need to.
Lol, it's
definitely.
Just curious, PvP prob is the undermap meshes lol.
Yeah, it's hard to say because obviously when you don't play PvP servers, as I don't myself, I don't know if anybody else does, but I know I don't. It's hard to say then what the issues could be or what's causing it.
If the BP is the reason, I'll be glad it's gone.
Yeah, there definitely seems to be different bugs that people are mentioning now that haven't been heard of, or some people have heard of one and not of another, and vice versa. So it's interesting kind of what's going on now, and obviously it's good to hear from different people on different platforms what they're experiencing, because we know with Conan that PC can get different bugs that neither Xbox or PlayStation get, and PC can also get bugs that PlayStation have but Xbox don't, or again vice versa, or consoles can have the same bug for Xbox and PlayStation
Full belly, comfy chair and relax equals food coma.
that PC don't get. Never seems to be that we get all the same bugs as PC. It's very, very strange.
Would you jump on PvP? Well, William, someone told you already that the horses won't run if you carry too much stuff with you overweight.
I don't know, to be honest. I did try PvP when I very first started playing the game. That's kind of how I was introduced to Conan at first, and I just wasn't very good at it, to be honest, because I struggled getting leveled up and getting myself the good gear, and at the time I didn't have sort of the knowledge of how armour worked and what was the best to use and how to do it, and trying to fight against other players that had been playing for a long, long time that were very experienced. We were just dying too easily.
Hello, Kathy, 0.
So I don't know. Is the answer. Sandra, welcome. Good to see you. Welcome on in. Always nice to see new people here. As well as the, I'm not going to say old faces because that sounds rude. Returning faces, shall we say? Even though I can't literally see your faces, but you know what I mean. Always nice to see everybody. Especially now we're very, very close to hitting the 900 subscriber mark, which means we're literally then only 100 off 1,000. So that's kind of why I included it in the title a little bit for the stream now that we're on there.
Accounts for being encumbered. Doesn't help the horse, to be honest. Maybe it's just a bug on my end. Labs drink time.
Drink time, thank you. Yeah.
I'm 54 and look 64. Old face is okay with me. Feed my horse a full English breakfast, lol, then she a reason to be encumbered, lol, grinning, squinting,
Quite,
face,
you know.
tears of joy rolling on the floor, laughing, winking face with tongue.
Not scary in a bad way, but scary in a good way, and exciting to think that I'm literally now almost nearly only 100 subscribers away from
rolling on the
full
floor,
monetization with YouTube, which is something, I'll be honest, I never thought I'd get to for a long, long time yet. When I first set out to do my YouTube, I kind of did it a little bit, then didn't take it serious for a while, and then really sort of taking it seriously, and it's just grown from strength to strength, and now it's like,
William.
Can't believe it. You know, can't believe that almost at 900, which is literally, and to some people 100 subscribers can sound a lot, but it's not really when you think about it. 100 is not a lot at all. It's quite, yeah. It means that, you know, nearly 1,000 people enjoy listening to me, which is incredible. And I can't thank people enough just for, you know, supporting the channel as much as they have and keep coming back to streams each week
I'll
or
sub then, my bad. Good luck with the subs, man. Gotta go, but good luck, man.
watching the vids and what have you and leaving the comments and the likes, you know, etc. It's very much appreciated. William, thank you. Very kind of you. I hope you get sorted, whatever it is you've got to do. Thank you for being here. Thank you for popping in. And we'll see you soon, hopefully.
Take it easy, William. Catch you Sunday.
But yeah, it gives you a real, and I'm sure Kathy feels this with her books and everything, that when you see people following you, you know, they're interacting with you, they're joining in your streams, they're watching your videos, they're leaving likes, they're leaving comments,
Later, William.
they're subscribing to you, or they're buying your book, in Kathy's case, kind of thing. It gives you a real good warm feeling, I think, that makes you realise that, you know what, this is actually all worth it. All this work I'm putting in is actually worth it. It's actually paying off. And I don't just do it all just because I want to try and make it into a job and, you know, actually get paid for what I do with YouTube. I do it because I enjoy it and I want to do it as well. You know, I enjoy coming in on the Fridays and chatting
I can't explain the feeling. It's
chatting with you guys and getting to know you all, and it's another way of building it. Yes, I know it's not always a great thing with streaming. You know, you don't necessarily get hundreds of thousands of people watching your streams. A lot of the time it all depends on the type of game that you're playing. I mean, there's games like I say, like DayZ, which is a zombie survival game, that there are streamers that stream it for 6, 7, 8, 9, 12 hours a day that get thousands of viewers on YouTube and Twitch, you know. But Conan isn't really necessarily a game that you could stream for hours upon end all that well and keep it interesting. But just to be growing the way I am is just amazing. It's setting us up for the future, for one thing, and myself and the missus, you know, we've made some really good friends from it, some lifelong friends, which is great, you know. Things happen in very mysterious ways sometimes, and you just can never put your hand on them, but you just know that they happen for a reason. Right, we are here. Going back to base. What time are we on?
warm and fuzzy feeling. Oh wait, that could be the rye whiskey grinning, squinting face rolling on the floor laughing.
It could be. It could be, possibly. But no, you're right. It's like that old saying goes, doesn't it? You can't choose the family you're born into, but you can choose your friends. And when you make some really good ones that you're really close to, it's amazing. Yeah. The power of friendship.
True that.
I'll leave you to chat with Miss Leonelia a moment, Lindsay. So yeah, for anybody that didn't see earlier, I've made the armour for Leah now,
I
so
did
she's...
some writing myself, Kathy, but the rejections piled up and the stress pushed me away. I did have a couple of short stories published.
Oh, Troy, don't let it bother you. I say it to anybody, like I say, with making videos or writing a book or whatever you're doing, just, you know, you get the negativity or the anguish and the upset and the... I do it with YouTube, you know, I see myself growing 1 minute and then next minute I'm losing a couple of subs or whatever, or an odd sub here and there. And yeah, it's disheartening.
To the COD players. We're friendly gamers here.
You know, it is disheartening when it happens, and it can be a bit of a downer. But don't let it get you down. if you're telling a story and it's unique to you, whatever that story is, you know, you want to tell that story and you enjoy doing that writing, you get a buzz out of it, keep doing what you do. And it's the same thing like I've said before, like people tell people with YouTube, just keep doing what you do, try not to worry too much, because even in the early days I had it, again I've said it before,
I have 2 books published through KDP.
you know, I had a few subs and was thinking, 56 subs, this is never going to go anywhere, is it? I'm surprised I've even got to this, but I'm not going to get anywhere. And then I've watched my favourite people who seem to just do really well and do good, and I just think, how are they getting so many views, and how do they get so many likes, and how is it they're getting the subs but I'm not? And you kind of can't think like that, because then if you drag yourself down like that, then you never move forward with anything. I've learnt that with it, that you've just got to stick to the positive with it, do what you enjoy doing. Like another, I say well-known, well he is a well-known Conan YouTuber slash Twitch streamer that also plays other games as well. Like he said to me, yes, by all means look at your numbers and what have you. You know, keep an eye on them and
through Barnes and Noble, Kobo, etc. are all independent publishing.
see how your growth goes and keep an eye on it by all means, but don't focus on the numbers too much too soon. Just focus on doing what you're doing, so whether it's writing or it's making videos or it's doing live streams, whatever it is, just enjoy doing it, and eventually you'll start to see the growth, because it's that whole thing of a seed again, isn't it? A tiny little seed. So whatever it is that you're doing it in, whether it's, you know, like a seed in a garden, whether it's making YouTube videos, or it's writing a book, or starting a cookery school for cooking, whatever it is, you plant that little seed, you can't see anything
just focus on the process.
under the soil, you know, because you're starting out, things are happening. Early on, the algorithm doesn't know you, people don't know you, people don't know what your content's like, they don't know what you're like, but that seed's working away under the soil, and it's only eventually, once that shoot starts popping up through the soil a bit, because people are starting to watch you, they start to like what you're doing, they start to subscribe to you, they start leaving a like because they enjoy what you did, they start leaving comments, which then eventually starts to tell the algorithm that, hang on a minute, this person's actually worth recommending. So then, the more likes you get, the more comments you get, the more YouTube sees it, the more it starts pushing you out, puts you onto people's home feeds, recommends you, or people that you know may watch somebody, so they recommend you to them because, hey, watch this person, they're really good, they're really interesting, so they decide to do that, and it's like a snowball effect. And it can, I'm sure Kathy can tell you it's the same with writing. You can put all that time
why the
and
like button is so important. Talking of which,
thanks Robert, yeah, that's true. Likes are always very gratefully appreciated, absolutely. Like with writing, Cassie will tell you, as I say, that you can sit there and pour your heart and soul into a book and all that effort and do it, and then you go and look and think,
that's great advice, lads and Kathy. If I can get past my issues and get back to work, I have tons of material to finish.
Go for it. You can do it, honestly. Trust me, you can do it. Just believe in yourself. Try and push that negativity to the back of your head and just say, do you know what, I can do this. I can write this story. I like this story. I think it's fun. I want to get it out there.
I might be making a book club and reviewing on YouTube.
Don't look at the little negative. Imagine it's 2 people on your shoulder, one on your left, one on your right. One on your left's telling you, yeah, you can't do this. Yeah, what good are you? Who's going to want to read your book? Who wants to read that rubbish? Blah, blah, blah. Flick that person off your shoulder. Listen to the one on the right that's saying, hey, do you know what? You can do this. You're great at this. You started doing this because it's something you really want to do and you enjoy it. People just don't know you yet. Once they discover you, Cassie will tell you it's the same with her books. Once they get to know you, then you'll start seeing the numbers going up. I do said it in with this channel. Ever since Angar and myself have been giving him little shout outs in videos or in our streams that we do, he's now gone over 500 subs, and he's started noticing an increase in subs just since we've been giving him shout outs. So if you've got a book out there or anything and you want people to know about it, by all means, put a link in the chat if you've got it available in that way, or let people know what it's called. And I do encourage people, go and have a look at it, go and check it out, show some support as well. Likewise with Kathy. Those that know that Kathy's a writer, again, check out her books, have a read of them. Totally worth it, honestly. But just always remember with anything, you're never on your own with it. You've just got to... I learnt this with YouTube in the early days. I was just like that. I was listening to all the negativity in my head all the time. I'm no good. Why am I bothering? Get really excited and do a video, watch it back, think it looks awesome.
Well,
And
thanks, lads.
then see it just get, you know, a few little views and think, what? How was that only had a dozen views at this time? That should have exploded. But I've got to remember, I'm still a relatively small channel. You know, you've got channels out there with thousands of subscribers or hundreds of thousands of subscribers. It's a big... I'm a small fish in a big pond, as the saying goes. But one day, I know if I keep at it, and it'll take time, but I know I'll be sat in that same position that some of these big YouTubers are that have got hundreds of thousands of subs now, looking back myself at smaller channels and thinking, do you know what? I remember when I was that small. I remember all the hard work and the slog it took to get to where I am now. But you'll do it, and it's the same with writing. Just listen to that little positive guy sat on your shoulder all the time saying, you can do this. You believe in yourself because we believe in you. Just like I keep telling Kathy with it. Don't let those little negative thingies get to you. You are who you are. You know what your story is that you're trying to say.
Do you think people would be interested in stories about exiled lands or Sipta characters? I started 2 stories on that line.
Absolutely.
It was tough.
Absolutely. If you can create a character in your mind, or like I've done with this character here, she doesn't have a backstory as such.
I'm still a little fish in a big pond, but I have a few author friends who have pushed and advised me.
But I came up with a little bit of a backstory for her to start out. I decided that she's a Sumerian blacksmith, and when she had all the basic weapons at first, she had to fight and struggle to get herself her good armour and her good weapons where she is now. Now that she's handling these really good legendary weapons or high level weapons, she's remembering what it was like to, forging and making those weapons that she used to make because she was a blacksmith before she was exiled. And now she's learning all that again and remembering all that again. So she's not just a female character I just created. She had a little bit of a backstory, even though it wasn't a huge one. It's just a bit of a one. And I just mentioned that in the very first stream at the start of this playthrough, in the very first episode of the streams that we did. So yeah, if you can come up with some really interesting characters, explain what the Exile Lands is, what it's all about, what the whole point of it is, what that character's aim in that world to do is, talking about their struggles and the fight for survival that they have to do, how they craft their armour or make their armour, where they get it from, and how they have to fight to survive, but how they can make friends to work alongside them and help them, and
I'd be up for it.
how they can get
When
horses
deciding
and
about
things
a
to ride
story,
around on. And
just ask yourself, would I enjoy reading this?
yeah,
Or should
exactly.
be sorted?
Definitely. It certainly sounds different. Don't just think to, oh yeah, but would anybody read it? Because the simple answer to that is you're only going to find out if you do it. You'll only know if people will read it if you do it. If it's not out there for people to read, then how are you going to know? Go for it, honestly. We believe in you. Just like we said, like we said to Kathy.
I'd read it.
You can do it. Go for it.
A game-based story can be cool if it's written well. Think about how many Halo novels there are.
There you go. Yeah, exactly, Crow. There you go, you see.
If you don't write it, peeps can't read it.
Precisely. I kind of first thought that when I wanted to make a YouTube channel. I knew I wanted to make a YouTube channel. I wanted it to be a gaming channel. Yeah, I tried Fortnite at first, but then thought this isn't a game my heart and soul's really into, and I don't really know a lot about it. So then I started messing about with Conan a little bit, and because I played Conan quite a lot, I've started to learn a lot with it, and it's become my favourite game.
Write what you know, write what makes you happy to be creating. It all comes through in the finished work.
Exactly, Monkey. Yeah, you know, like I say, I never thought I'd be sat here now
That was the advice given to me by a fellow author
on Conan Exiles, making videos on it that actually make sense, that actually provide information to people that's different to how dozens, if not hundreds, of other content creators have already done it, but yet people still watch mine.
I need to get back to writing. The stories is still there in my mind. Need to get them finished. Thanks.
You know, I didn't think that like I say, I'd be sat here now making videos for YouTube still, or chatting to you guys just as I am now. I never thought I'd be doing this.
Has spoken, yay, Troy.
And it's amazing. So yeah, Monkey's exactly right. If it ain't out there, if it's not written, how can people read it? Go for it. It would certainly make something different. Right, before we finish for yet another stream, because yes, believe it or not,
I'm
time
myself now.
Time is running away with us again. But like I always say, the idea with these streams isn't for me to do a proper serious play of the game, shall we say. I'm kind of playing it and working my way through it, but my main aim with these streams is to be a place of, you know, fun and safety, and a place where you guys can come and be yourselves and chat about things and get to know one another, and we can have a laugh, hopefully. And it's because it's where I want to get to know you guys and get to know my community and build my community, because if this is a way of helping do that as well. I didn't know I'd still be doing the streaming so far down the line. You know, I tried it a couple of Fridays, thought I'll see how it goes, see how we get on. Maybe it might not do great, I might not bother for long, but here I am a few months later still doing them. Because you guys said you enjoy it.
Books I've read didn't even have NC in the story, so a Conan story without Conan could work well.
You know, here I am still doing them. Still doing the streams and still making the videos. And it's all because of you guys. I wouldn't be here doing what I'm doing now if it wasn't for you. So if there is
a quirky story about a guy who rear-ended a UFO and my friends loved it. The publishers not so much.
Well, it's not up to the publishers, is it? They read your book and they might not enjoy it. So what? They're supposed to just publish it for you. It's nothing to do with them whether they like the book or not. They're supposed to just publish it for you. You're paying them to publish it. That's what they should be doing. Never mind whether they liked it or not. Yes, they should like it, obviously, but you're paying them to do a job. They should do that job. Absolutely.
Imagine the insurance exchange on that kind of accident. Lol.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had planned to hint at Conan, but not include him because of rights. They will only publish a book that will sell.
Well then, how are they going to know if it'll sell if they don't publish it for you? Yeah.
Lol.
You just got to convince them that you believe in your book and that it will do. Well, yeah. Hope that's give you a bit of a morale boost and you feel confident enough to give it a go now.
That's the argument.
to check
That's
then. I
where
thought,
KDP comes in handy.
oh, that's at a different number then. So yeah, lots of places where we can hand our skulls in again, or people, if we want to get them. We're building up our rewards. I'll keep doing a little bit of this now. Possibly off camera, build up a little bit more obelisks
There are
and
plenty of advanced readers here. Smiling face with sunglasses.
buy some of
If
the
you quit,
bits
I'm
and
gonna have
pieces
to
from
cross the
them.
pond and give you a good finger wagging, grinning, squinting face.
I didn't intend to come all the way down here. I was actually going to where the single sorcerer is, and I kept running because we were talking. See, that's how well I
do
concentrate,
appreciate
guys.
the support. I will look up your books, Kathy.
Oh yeah, I can recommend them. Absolutely can I recommend them. So good. A very talented lady right there, honestly. Just as I'm sure
Thank you.
you would be with your book as well. Of course, we've got Audio Gaming that tells us all about the purge and everything, so that's still
Too
pretty
many kids
much
these days don't even know how to read a map. Let
same
alone a book.
situation with the purge and everything, so if there's anything new there, then I'm sure
The Black Cat Chronicles CA Manix.
I'm sure Audio Gaming would keep us in the loop with all of those. Do check him out if you haven't already, of course. Lots of fun videos from Audio every week, all about the purge and his different chaotic situations that he gets himself into. Brilliant guy, honestly, and very helpful content around the purge, because again, that's his main focus.
Got it, thanks Kathy. Lads, you say sweet things. You make a gal blood.
Sorry, I don't mean to. It's just me, I'm just being honest. Like Angar would say, what you get is what you get. You know? I'm not trying to, you know, I'm not after brownie points for anybody or just trying to be thinking. I'm just being myself, and this is just who I am. It's the kind of person that I am. And if it's a situation I've been through myself and I can only encourage people to battle through it as well, then naturally I will do. As you guys show your support to me, so it's the least I can do. You know, if I can give something back to my community, then I will do. And if there's anything you can think of video wise that I haven't necessarily covered a lot or recently, if you've seen any of my previous videos and you think, oh, maybe you could do an updated version on that one,
Thank you, good sir. I appreciate your support and glowing recommendation.
then
Kiss blowing a kiss.
please do let me know. If there's something you think, oh, I've not seen him do an update on that video that he did yet, or he hasn't done an update on that guide for a while, then do let me know. There was one I did called Grow Your Own Garden a long time ago now, which was basically going through the basics of how to get your compost, getting seeds and what have you, how to grow different things from regular compost and then having to use potent compost for the more, I say higher level items, but I mean things like your lotus blossoms and what have you. Could probably do an updated version on that at some point. But if anybody does have anything, do feel free to give me your ideas or put your ideas on the community page, of course, or drop it in an email. That's absolutely fine. And ultimately, I do want to bring you guys the information that you want, and it not just to be about what I think you'll want or what I think you'll like. I want it to be things that I hope you'll enjoy and that you will actually find useful. Because there's no point in putting useless information out there if it's not going to help anybody. You know, it needs to be there for...
Perhaps we could have a feeding guide for critter and non-critter friends. I'm always forgetting what foods to use for growth.
Yeah, the pets one is one I've never really looked into very much, and sort of the food that they need and what to use to first tame them from a
Okay,
kit.
so you want reminding to drink, eat, where you left your purple potions. And now to remind you of new content. Rolling on the floor laughing.
No, it's not really to remind me of new
When do you
content.
think we'll get a new dungeon or two?
That's me asking you guys, is there anything you would like me to cover that I maybe haven't covered for a little while? No, I have got a couple of ideas, but I just always like to offer out to my community as well, that if anybody's got anything they would specifically...
This bring only one word to mind. Senile.
Cheeky. Be having words, me and you. Tell you, honestly. Yeah. No, I just like to ask people if there's anything that they would like that I maybe haven't
Just
covered.
teasing.
I know you are. So am I. It's all good fun.
No kicking.
No, of course not. Of course not. Just want to see, you know, if there's anything people would like me to cover that maybe I haven't covered before. But I do have a couple of other ideas in the pipeline that should be along soon, hopefully. But yeah, so as I say, on Sunday we will be here at 8 PM and we will be on my server, I think, possibly, the Exileland server.
Kathy Ann, co-stand next to Fugra.
And we'll take a look at some of the items that you can get from the
I think I have an idea but not quite sure yet.
the current event, and kind of show them off to you so you can kind of see what they are. And I've also done some where you got the weapons, well, the weapon, so the hammer rather, without a mod on it, and also one with a a master weapon fitting on it, just so you can kind of see what damage and armor pen it goes up to see whether it's worth investing your time in and getting.
Face with tongue, winking face with tongue, Kevin.
So obviously if you are interested in seeing that and you are available, do pop around 8 PM UK time on Sunday, and then of course Friday again, normal 7 till 9 time, and then it's back to the boss man should be back on that Sunday, then back to normal, so I can go back to my once a week. But I have been enjoying doing these Sundays, obviously. I don't mind covering them and I have enjoyed it. Just hope you guys have enjoyed it the same. So yeah, we're only about...
Two guys walked into a bar. The third guy ducked.
Two guys watching the bar, I think. Lost me on that one.
Lol.
So yeah, anyway, we're just about a couple of minutes off 9 o'clock again. Great to have a chat with you all again and catch up with everybody. Nice to see you all again as always. As I say, be here Sunday 8 PM UK time, and we'll have a look at some of the...
How do you get a country girl's attention? Attractor.
Attractor. Oh. Save them for Sunday. Don't waste them all now, save them for Sunday. Yeah, as I say, we'll have a look at the limited time event rewards, see whether it's actually worth your time.
What do you call it when a group of 8 starts a company?
And give you the idea...
Business. Rutful now.
Give you the idea of how much it's going to cost for you to get every single item from those caravans and see whether it's worth doing or not. And we'll have a bit of fun as well, a bit of an adventure, maybe do a dungeon or two as well. But yeah, thank you once again, each and every one of you, for being here. Thank you for all the support as usual. Thank you to anybody that's subscribed. Great to have you with us. Big thank you to everybody that left a like and has been here to chat. As I say, lovely to see you all once again. I'm going for a lie down now, then going to have my tea.
For the stream, lads.
And then I will see you
Face
all on Sunday, 8 PM UK time, or in a future video. So until next time, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye bye for now.
See y'all Sunday. Take it easy. She thinks Ma Tractor's sexy. Chat, have a great weekend. Take care and stay safe XX.